Get him, you guys!
Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world.
It is a minor world of no scientific interest.
We're looking at War of the Robots.
It'll be a miracle if you ever make it.
The third of Alfonso Brescia's low-budget sci-fi epics. Well, this didn't seem like the future until the headlights popped up. Space Captain John Boyd, who clearly knows he's the lead,
Follow me with the camera.
gets a few minutes with his girlfriend Lois before she goes back to assisting scientist Professor Carr, who seems to live in a wooden shed. Carr has made a groundbreaking discovery.
I can create an immortal man. I can grow a forest where there was only desert.
I like it when an invention does two things. But just as he's firing up the reactor for the final experiment, he's interrupted by He-Man's Electropop Tribute Act. What do they want?
That does not matter. I cannot explain. We do not have the time.
Well, that covers that.
A gang of aliens has kidnapped Professor Carr and Lois, his assistant. I actually saw it happen.
This is bad news. Humanity has lost the secret of immortality, and the professor left his reactor running.
Nobody knows how to prevent the damn thing from exploding.
And of course, Boyd has lost his girlfriend, so he leads the rescue mission to the alien planet.
Earth, 90 degrees west and 810 north.
That sounds like one for Dark Corner's science advisor. Dad, do compass directions mean anything in space?
No.
I had a hunch. I do also question their urgency. Nothing interrupts space cocktail hour.
Just what I needed.
The girl is Julie, who is in love with Boyd, though he doesn't realise it.
If I were you, I wouldn't worry about that.
The mission is forced to make an unscheduled stop for repairs on a small planetoid. Remember when everyone wore Ugg boots? They are captured. But before the aliens can kill Boyd and crew, the robots attack. And Boyd springs to their aid. Wow, robots suck at fighting.
It isn't that we enjoy killing.
It's just so easy. Alien leader Kuba joins the mission, and when they reach the robots' homeworld, he shows them the secret tunnels that lead into the alien city.
It seems incredible that these tunnels are unguarded.
That is incredible. The tunnel leads right into Professor Carr's lab.
I must admit I'm most impressed at the courage shown by you and your men.
Some of us are women, but all is not as it seems.
Something most interesting. The courage displayed by you and your men.
And women.
What do you mean by that, Professor? Can you explain yourself better?
Carr is now on the aliens' side, and Lois is their empress. At this point, it would be nice to get a little explanation.
But don't forget, I agreed to become Empress, only to save your life and mine.
So, while Carr is 100% Team Alien, Lois is still one of the good guys.
You know I agreed because I realized that Earth would send out somebody to try to find us. I simply had to gain time.
But I am none the wiser as to why the aliens would make the woman they kidnapped their empress, or how this would save their lives, especially since the aliens brought them here for the professor's immortality research.
No one will be able to oppose the plans I made so brilliantly.
This was a plan?
I don't really see what you're trying to say. Can you explain more clearly?
What's weird is that the movie seems aware that this doesn't make sense.
If there's a plausible reason for it, I could probably accept.
And it expresses this via some really natural dialogue.
You asked me to be more explicit.
I did. In fact.
Empress Lois rescues Boyd and crew.
Come on, men. Let's go.
Some of us are still women.
It's okay, boys.
And the robots put on another dazzling display of getting shot, blown up, and cut in half.
Did you know they were just robots?
No.
You didn't? Holy hell, this could have been a massacre. Safely back on their ship, the Earth is keen to get the code to shut down the Professor's reactor. But
Now press the button.
he's still a traitor. But then
No. No. Wait!
he's killed.
I don't understand it.
Me neither. Who killed him?
Welcome.
Okay, I need to recap, as much for my benefit as yours. Lois and the Professor were kidnapped by aliens who wanted the Professor's research and who, for some reason, made Lois their Empress, but she only accepted as a ruse so that Boyd had time to rescue her, which, apparently, also a ruse because
We're at the head of a large fleet of Anthor spaceships. If you'll help us to get it through the satellite defense system, we'll become the absolute masters of the universe.
I'm not going to ask why she killed the Professor or why this secondary ruse was necessary when she already had the crew captive. Let's just get to the end. Fortunately, Kuba picked up the Professor's notes earlier, so Earth is able to shut down the reactor.
Thanks to Cooper, we've reached the end of a real nightmare.
Yep, that's a really satisfying conclusion to that storyline. Lois escapes and flags down a flying saucer. She now leads a fleet of saucers in an ending clearly inspired by Star Wars.
I got it! Not bad. That was great shooting, Jack.
That drags on for the last 20 minutes of the movie as Darth Lois closes in,
Leave the other one, the last fighter, to me.
while also wrapping up the love story as Julie saves Boyd.
Julie, how about that? You did a really great job there.
Screw you, you condescending prick, forcing Boyd to make a terrible choice.
I'm going to destroy Julie for stealing your love.
Will he save Lois, who has repeatedly betrayed him, murdered his friends, and is planning an invasion of Earth?
It's your decision. You make it.
Or Julie, who hasn't? Thank goodness, it really seemed like it could go either way there.
When I think of all that's happened, it makes life fantastic.
A lot happens in War of the Robots, and yet it still feels like one of the most interminable viewing experiences you will ever face.
Thanks to Cooper, we've reached the end of a real nightmare.
No kidding.
I finally managed to settle the score with those monsters of Anthor.
Thanks for watching. To see more Star Wars rip-off reviews, click here. What other movies would you like to get the Science Advisor's take on? Let us know in the comments below and we'll decide if we're going to do anything about it.
I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I'll be waiting here.